Okay, so today's tutorial is another compound move, and it's all about the deadlift. Okay, now this is normal deadlifts, not necessarily stiff leg deadlifts or anything else. We're just looking at the normal deadlift. All right. First of all, I'm going to explain a couple of common mistakes or common errors that I see as a personal trainer in day to day. So, what a lot of people do now. A lot of this is all to do with your posture, being tall, being tight, and coming from your core, and obviously your legs. All right. What a lot of people do is bend the legs, but also bend the back so they're very straight like that. Okay, and then they stand back up like that. That's putting a lot of pressure on your lower back. It's not engaging your core at all. And if you've got weight in your hand, especially a heavy weight, and you're trying to stand up from that position there, it's your lower back in here that's going to take all that strain. Okay, when actually it should be your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your shoulders, everything when you're nice and straight. That's the proper position there. All right, so I'm going to show you it, the proper movement without any weight, but obviously a deadlift, you want to be loaded with a little bit of weight, whether it be a kettlebell, dumbbells, barbell, whatever. You don't really do them just body weight, but I'll show you to get the positioning right before then I show you with some dumbbells. So I have my feet just under your hips. You can have them just outside of hip width, whatever's comfortable for you really. And what you're thinking about is always being proud in the chest, like a proud chicken, okay? Walking around, strutting your stuff, proud, shoulders pulled back like that. You engage that core straight away, that protects the lower back. But then you've got a weight in your hands and you bend with your legs. So you're down in that position there, and then you stand back up using your legs. Okay, so it's down and then back up. And it's all coming from your legs. Your legs are your driving force. Squeeze that core as you come back up. Okay, now I'll just quickly get some dumbbells and I'll show you again with these. All right, so you hold the dumbbells in front of your quads. You take them down towards the ground, keeping that posture nice and tall all the time. You're trying to look forward all the time. So your chest's never down towards the ground. It's always up and trying to face forward, and then you stand up again. Squeezing those glutes as you come back up. So it's down, squeeze your legs, squeeze your glutes, and you kind of do a little hip thrust at the top. Obviously when the weight's heavier, it's going to want to pull you forwards a little bit more. And as long as you've got a strong platform and you're in full control of the movement, you can get away with it a little bit as the weight gets really heavy. But when we're doing home workouts and things like that, you want to keep your posture nice and tall, your core nice and tight, and your chest nice and proud. Now a stiff leg deadlift, I'm just going to quickly go through it. You have a little bend in those knees, but nothing else, and it's all coming from your hips. So it's a hinge from the hips. Okay, so say I've got the dumbbells there, I'm pushing my bum back, my knees aren't bending anymore, I'm keeping my back nice and straight, my chest is still proud although it's facing the floor, my shoulders are still pulled back, and the dumbbells are still close to my body, and I keep them close to my body as I come back up. Okay, and you can't get as low down generally, as it's a much more isolated and strict movement, and it's all in your hips. So you hinge back, keeping the same bend in those knees all the time, feeling the pull in your hamstrings. I've got it a lot there, and then you come back up. But I'm never slouched. So another common mistake is people slouch like that. That's not doing anything for your hamstrings, it's just really hurting your back. Okay, so your little bounce, and you're hinging from your hips. So you hinge, keeping the dumbbells close, and then you come back up. Okay, so your full deadlift is going all the way down, so that's a full bend, the knees bending, and then coming back up to keep it in simple terms. Stiff leg deadlift, you've got that little bend, but then that stays there, and it's all in the hinge from your hips. Your core's always a big focus. You always keep that nice and tight. You're always proud in the chest, and you're pulling your shoulders back. You don't want to be arching your back. You want to keep it nice and straight and let that core, glutes, hamstring, quads do the work. Okay, hope that helps. Give it a little go without any weight to start off with and get used to the movement. Doing it in the mirror helps massively to see that you're doing it right. Then you can start to add in weight and build it up from dumbbells, kettlebell, barbell, wherever it takes you. All right, hope that helps. Any questions, just get in touch and let me know.